Woohoo! It's time for positive actions. Hola, es hora de acción positiva.
Mrs. Hot and
Miss Shema,
we welcome you to our Positive Action weekly lesson.
la señora Hot y Shema, os damos la bienvenida a las clases semanales de Positive Action.
Thank you at home, school and community for joining us for today's 4th grade Positive Action lesson.
Tanto si estáis en casa como en la escuela, gracias. Gracias por acompañarnos en los vídeos de acción positiva para cuarto de primaria.
Let's get started!
¡Empecemos!
¡Empecemos!
Mrs. Hot, are you okay? That song sounds sad.
Hi, Miss Shema. Did that song sound a little sad? Well, I guess I'm sort of feeling kind of sad today, Miss Shema. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Can we talk about that?
Sure, Mrs. Hot.
That's awesome. Let's get started. I want to talk today because sometimes we feel sad, right, Miss Shema? And it's important when you feel sad to know that use a positive action and we can talk about it when we're sad. And guess what? It's okay to feel sad sometimes. Let's get started today, Miss Shema. Good morning, our positive partners and super scholars. Mrs. Hot is here with Miss Shema.
Hi.
Check it out, Possum Partners. We've planted a garden of happiness, and look what grew. Miss Shema! We're so excited to join you for our weekly Positive Action virtual lesson. We welcome you, whether you are in the classroom, at home in virtual school, or if you're part of our neighborhood, to the Morgan County Partnerships PositiveValueNetwork.com. Hi, Miss Shema. How are you today?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
Well, I started out feeling sort of sad today. But let's see what positive actions we can use to change that. All right, let's get started. It's time for our pvnnews.com. Today we will watch a positive video. Then we're going to hear a story. We'll do a positive action activity. And we have a new positive action core value word for you. Miss Shema, any idea what that word might be?
Well, you said you were sad. Maybe sadness?
But I want to talk about sadness and the important core value word, happiness.
In the last 6 months, more than 1,000 books have been published about it. Universities around the world are teaching on it. For 30 years, scientists have been studying it. Governments are appointing cabinet positions to oversee it. The United Nations named an official day after it. Google Analytics prove people are searching for it. In fact, it's one of humanity's oldest pursuits. Happiness. We are wealthier, more educated, and live longer than any previous generation. And as a nation, the U.S. is one of the wealthiest, most powerful, and technologically advanced. And in the most recent World Happiness Report, the United States ranked 17th. And during the Great Depression, when there was little to be happy about, we were actually 18% less depressed than we are now. We have been taught that hard work equals success, which equals happiness, right? Wrong. Research proves happiness is actually a precursor to success, not the other way around. Did you know Neuroscience proves that we are hardwired to perform at our best when we are happy. Studies show that happy, positive, optimistic people earn higher incomes, set and achieve more aggressive goals, experience less stress, remain calm in high-pressure situations, are more energetic, recover from illness faster, and live longer. Happiness is serious business. When we engage in positive, real-life relationships, our bodies release chemicals that actually help reduce anxiety and increase concentration and focus. How you feel and your attitude toward life all stem from your thoughts, actions, and where you focus your time and energy. Yet we are constantly surrounded by negativity. If we want things to change, we have to create the change. And we start by choosing positivity and happiness. Just imagine the possibilities if there were more happy and positive people in this world. A world with more peace, optimism, and compassion is possible. Like a pebble thrown into a pond, it only takes one to create the ripple of happiness. Happiness is so contagious and infectious that one positive person can spread happiness to more than 1,000 people. That means all it takes to create change on a local, regional, state, country, global scale is one person. And research shows that just by spreading happiness, you actually become happier. You can choose happiness and choose to share it. You can be the catalyst to spread it directly and indirectly. Are you that one? It starts with you, yet it's bigger than you. Happiness is bold. It is courageous, audacious, and challenging. You have the power to choose happiness and to spread it. Join the movement. Share the movement. Be the one who makes the difference. And live happy.
We're going to listen to a story and do a positive action activity so we know the things that make us happy and that we can connect to help us when we're sad. 4th grade super scholars, listen to Mrs. Hott's story. And I want you to think about the things that make him happy and successful. Here we go. Our story is called Mule Skinner. Jed had come with his family by riverboat to St. Louis, but the rest of their trip would be over land. They would travel with a wagon train all the way out west to the Rocky Mountains. Jed was 10, not so far from being a man, and there was one thing he knew for sure. He wanted to do more than haul wood and water up the camp at night. He wanted to be a part of this trip. He wanted to be a real pioneer. It was in St. Louis that he first knew exactly what he wanted to do. He went with his father when they bought their mules. He had never seen such an animal before. They were taller than most horses with great haunches and powerful necks. They were dark red like Missouri clay, and their hides glistened in the afternoon sun. Jed wanted to drive those mules. Now that means that Jed wanted to steer. He wanted to drive the mules. Kind of like in a car or airplane when you steer it. When you have a team of animals, it's called driving the mules. Jed saw the mule skinners standing about. A skinner is the person who takes care of the big animals. They stood out with shoulders practically as big as the mules and hands like vices. He wanted to be such a man as that. So boys and girls, when you drive a team of animals like that, it's like good for your physical wellness. You get stronger and stronger every day because you're steering a strong team of animals. Jed said, "Can I drive the mule sometime?" he asked his father after the bargain had been reached and they bought the team. "Oh, I think not, son," his father answered, "not just yet." "But Pa, I can do it," Jed said. I know I'm not too big for my age, but I am strong." Those are some unique things about Jed. He's small, but he's strong. Anybody out there small and strong too? Paul looked down and smiled. I know, Jed," he said, "but mules are hard to guess sometimes. They got a mind of their own. We can't take no chances out there on the trail. A mistake could cost us really bad. So Jed said no more. He knew his father. Paul didn't give an answer and then changed his mind a minute later. What he said was what he meant. But Jed also knew something else. Paul could be convinced, not by words. He wanted to see actions that showed what Jed could do. And so that night in bed, Jed made up his mind. He would get to know those mules. He would learn all about them. And he would also show Paul the kind of work a 10-year-old boy could even do, even one who was small for his age. No boy heading out across the plains ever put in more effort than Jed did. He hitched up the mules in the morning. He fed and watered them when they stopped. He curried the animals down, scraping off the dried and clinging mud from their bellies and their legs. He talked to those big creatures like they were old friends, and he watched them during the long days on the trail. He knew how they pulled, and he knew what made them balk. And he also watched his father. He saw the way he held those animals, and when he needed to, he heard the way his father talked to the mules. One day, just before bedding down time, Paul said to Jed, "Jed, I'm mighty proud of the way you've been working, son. You've done a lot for your ma here around the camp, but you've also done a good job with the animals too. You took some of the load off me, and that's saying something for a boy that's small like your size." Jed had been waiting for this chance. "Paul," he said, hey, could I maybe drive the mules someday?" "We'll see," Paul said. And for Paul, that was almost the same thing as a yes. Well, it didn't come the next day, boys and girls. The mud was being bad, and it didn't come for the next 2 days after that. But one afternoon, without warning, Paul said, "Jed, come on over here. Take them mules for me just for a bit, will ya? Oh, my back is aching, and it's about to break." "Sure, Paul," was all Jed said. But he was really secretly grinning inside. He knew his father didn't like a lot of fussing about things, but he had finally done it. All his hard work had paid off. Boy, Jed thought, success sure does feel good. And with that thought, Jed took hold of those reins. He knew how to hold them, and he knew what to say to those big Missouri animals, and they knew his voice. They knew that firm hands, and they knew that control. Now, Jed wasn't very big, but he knew just exactly what he was doing. And in his own mind, he knew he was as powerful as those big St. Louis mule skinners that were driving the mules. Or at least, he was getting to be that way. He was so happy, he was finally a real pioneer. The end. Wow, well, that's pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's talk about it, 4th grade possum partners. How did Jed set him up to be happy and successful? What positive actions did Jed use? Any ideas? Now, he worked really hard, didn't he? What were some of the ways Jed worked really hard? What do you think, Miss Shema?
I think he was having a really good self-concept first. He was thinking even if he's small, he can do it.
He did, didn't he? At first he thought he might not be strong enough, so he had to do some positive actions to show Paul that he could do it. And each day it took a little bit of hard work, didn't it? He started by helping the animals. He took care of them. He fed the animals. He brushed them. And he talked to them too. He talked to them so they would know his voice. Now, next question. Did Jed have a positive self-concept? You sort of said something about that. What do you think, Miss Shema?
He was having a really good self-concept.
Right. Yeah. Now, he knew he was small, but he thought if he practiced with the mules, he'd get stronger. And he sort of said that, didn't he? He wanted to be a strong man like the mule drivers in the city. And that took a lot of practice. That took a lot of working out. And you want to know something, Miss Shema? With my saxophone, it took a lot of practice to know where the notes were. I had to do a little bit every day to learn how to play and build my skills and build my self-concept too. Next question. Think about this. Why did Jed succeed with his father? And how did that make him happy? Why did Jed succeed with Paul? What do you think, Miss Shema?
I think because he tried so hard and he did it, and that we were talking about, he was having a positive thought at the beginning. He was having a good self-concept, and he tried to work hard, and then he practiced and he did it.
Right. And he felt happy when he succeeded, didn't he? He did. He felt happy. Did Jed's actions help him feel good about himself? Well, you sure said that. It helped his self-concept, his actions did. And see, 4th grade possum partners, if you work hard and practice, you'll feel good. It'll improve your self-concept, and you'll get to see things improve. You'll get to see your grades improve. You'll get to see your skills improve. It's sort of like spelling words. If you practice those words each week for your teacher, you'll know how to spell them by the end of the week. Like Jed, right? If he worked with the horses, with the mules, he got better until his dad was able to let him drive the team. That's pretty cool. All right, so remember this, 4th graders. When you do positive actions, you will feel good about yourself. I promise that, guys. And I know it might sound weird. I might be saying, hey, work hard, you're going to feel good. But if you try it, when you work hard and you practice, you're going to feel good because you'll feel happy and you'll watch yourself succeed, just like Jed. Now, here's what I want you to do, guys. It's time for a positive action activity. I want you to get out your journals, okay? And if you remember, we thought about the things that make us unique. I want you to think about the things that make you feel happiness, okay? And I want you to list that in the journal, okay? Boys and girls, can you get your positive action folders and pull out your journals? And here's what I want you to do. Just like Riley in the movie, I want you to think about what makes you happy. Those people in your life, the people in your life, the things that you like to do, and I want you to make them. Good job, you guys. Now that you have a list of things in your journals that help make you happy, here's what Mrs. Shema and I want you to remember. If you have a day that starts and you're feeling sad, open up those journals, okay? And take a look at how unique you are, and then take a look at all of the great things. Remind ourselves that what makes you happy. And that's important. Do you know why? Because, Miss Shema and Super Scholars, when you're feeling sad, you don't have to be sad alone. Look around you. There are people in your classroom, there are people at home, and right here, Miss Shema and Mrs. Hott. We're here to help you when you feel sadness and remind you that you are unique. Our core value word for the week. Anybody know what it is? What is it, Miss Shema?
Happiness.
Happiness. And what does the word happiness mean? Can you tell us? To feel good about who you are, what you are doing, and how you treat others. Happiness is this. Happiness is to feel good about who you are, what you are doing, and how you treat others. You are unique, you are important, and you are wonderfully made. See you next week for a new word.
Okay, all my positive partners, it's time to do the positive action theme song. So stand up,
push in your chairs, stand in your place, and let's get ready to dance. Here we go.
Positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I smile, I help, I learn, I love, I hug, and I care. I am positively happy, and that is why I share. I have those positive feelings, like kindness, glad and strong. That's why I feel like I belong. I have those positive thoughts that help me think and dream and grow. I am positive, and that is how I know I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live.
We are so glad you joined us today from your home, your school, and our community.
Estamos muy felices porque nos habéis acompañado desde vuestra escuela, vuestra casa o vuestra comunidad.
Remember, you are unique. You are important. And you are wonderfully made.
Recordad que sois especiales, importantes y maravillosos.